Let's talk about the four main qualities, according to fight master Fiore Dei Liberi from the 1400s, that make a good fighter. For this quality, we'll be talking about the lion. Now, in this particular sense, when Fiore is talking about the lion, he is talking about courage, he is talking about initiative. A lot of times when a person is quite new to fighting or to martial arts, to historical European martial arts specifically, just new in general and quite timid, perhaps nervous, unsure of what they're doing, they have the opposite qualities. They end up being very reserved, they don't take the initiative. So what will happen is, quite often, either they're being reactionary, perhaps being aggressive and just lashing out when a person does a feint, just to test their defences and to go to reaction. They're just completely going, oh, get away from me, because they're so scared, they're so timid, they're afraid, unlike the lion. Or, the opposite could happen, they'll actually just be completely defensive, so they'll just keep parrying. Maybe they do well at parrying, but eventually that defence is going to give through, because there's no threat to the enemy. That is a bad thing to happen, because either which one of those you are, you're going to end up in a very, very bad position. Now with the lion's qualities, when you're talking about courage and initiative, you are not afraid of that weapon. You may well perhaps find in a person who, in one example, you could say you could have a person who likes to keep their distance, for example. So they're trying to test you out, they're doing a few feints and things, and then you see them do a real attack. Perhaps you might decide, I'm going to get them outside of their comfort zone. So being like the lion, being brave and taking that initiative, you parry and charge in, and then you grapple the opponent and throw them to the floor. That is the initiative and courage of the lion. Instead of being afraid of the weapon, perhaps wanting to get out of distance, perhaps just wanting to parry and try to test a few things out a bit at a distance, the lion's courage means that person knows, aha, I'm going to seize this opportunity, live in the moment, parry in, throw them to the ground. That is a lion quality. And also with the courage and bravery means that they can give that threat. Perhaps if they are offensive or defensive in their style, it doesn't matter. They're always ready to give you that threat. They know that actually you shouldn't be the one being intimidated, the one who's reacting and going, oh no, he's doing this to me, oh, I must do this back. Instead thinking, I'm going to scare him or her. So maybe they will really charge in, perhaps they'll deliver those cuts and feints and make that other person scared and cower back. This is a lion quality. The lion roars. Whether you actually yell or roar doesn't matter. What you're doing is being intimidating, having your opponent on the back foot and reacting to you. Just like as you might see in things like board games, it's the same sort of thing where you initiate the action and then your opponent is forced to make a move in response to you, and then suddenly you're controlling the board and you win. The same thing happens in fighting. When you are the one who initiates it and is using that aggression or perhaps just testing and intimidation, they end up being on the back foot, they're reacting and doing what you want them to do. Perhaps you do a feint, there's one example. I pretend to attack here, my opponent flinches and goes, whoa, and tries to parry, and then I go around a different angle. There, I'm intimidating my opponent and forcing them to move one way, just the way I want, so I can do what I really want to do and kill them. Perfect. That is a lion quality. And the same thing with the courage. Don't be intimidated by an opponent, even if they're larger, they're stronger, they've got heavier weapons, they've got more deadly equipment. The courage and fortitude of a lion is going to help, because frankly, if you are scared and you are going to be retracting, you're going to be intimidated and reactionary, you're going to end up losing. And as much as the movies might like to show the underdog who is cowardly then sort of coming through and winning, in real life, if you are going to be so scared, even though of course everyone's scared in a real fight, If you're the one who shows it a lot, you're just going to end up losing. It's that simple. You have to be like the lion and brave. Even if you are scared of perhaps the point of a spear, the edge of a sword, the head of an arrow. Either way, you need to work through that intimidation, you need to work through the fear and show your bravery and integrity. That is the quality of the lion. And watch my next videos on other qualities. See you!